Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to the French campaign, where we're starting to begin our quest to get the technology, at any rate, to begin construction on something a little bit special, because we have the experimental Dreadnought, which we'll probably build first, but the actual Dreadnought one hull will be unlocked soon. But to make a proper Dreadnought, for me, you really need Mark III 12-inch guns, the turbines, and, of course, you need, for me, you need to have a couple of the, gun layout text. That's the word I was looking for. So let's just get things set up. I think we're on about 53% armor quality at the moment. And we're going to kick off straight off with a new design, because at the end of the last episode, we unlocked the Armored Cruiser 3. This could be potentially a very big ship. This is smallest. I think 10,000 tons is plenty big. Standard everything. Yeah, 18, not same as the rest of the fleet. Might as well use the good tower. Use the good tower. This one is lighter and has comms range, superior damage control. The base accuracy is a bit lower, but it has quite a lot of other things that are going for it. So I think I'll go for that one. Funnels, yes. Although... Yes, indeed. Although they look a little bit weird with that gap, but 5 funnels, why not? Torpedo launchers. Right. Guns. Now, the previous heavy cruiser, the Porcupines, were running 230 millimeters. Lots of people, by the way, be saying, I don't work in millimeters. If you're used to inches for naval stuff, if you're trying to turn millimeters to inches, then the easiest thing to do is to, roughly speaking, divide by 25. So 200, which is 8 lots of 25, that's roughly an 8-inch gun. So this is an 8-inch gun here. So 230s are basically 9-inch guns. Or you can do it from memory if you play Dreadnoughts a lot. In that this is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anyway, we'll go with the 230s again. I think that's a good size. And yeah, 155 is like a kind of like a 7 and a bit. Yeah, just going to go for loads of the 80 millimeters again. +1, +4. We'll lengthen them. Could make them 42s. How about that? 42, 32. So what am I getting compared to a porcupine? Same speed, same armament pretty much. They're just bigger. Okay, maybe we can put some more protection on them. Multiple expansion engine. Stick with natural boilers. We've got absolutely tons of engine efficiency. Oh, we have picric acid as an option. I've been using gun cotton lately, but picric, they do go explodey a lot. But then again, I mean, it's not like gun cotton doesn't explode all over the place. That's something I should change, actually. This should not come with a muzzle velocity increase. And this should not... Like, muzzle velocity shouldn't be a thing for the actual explosive inside the shell. It shouldn't make any difference. Well, I guess it does make a difference to the weight of the shell, which would affect velocity. So, oh no, okay, I'll leave them in. I'll leave them in. I was just thinking, why is it? Yeah, that's what's going on. It's just, that is super explodey. Stick with gun cotton and white powder. Or poudre B, as the French would call it. Right. We got plenty of weight remaining. I guess it's going to be armor. The porcupines carry. 280 max. What can we fit on this barbette? 280. Probably where the 280 came from. What are we going through here? Yeah, 280 on the belt. Oh no, can only go to 200. And on the extended bits, 50 would be enough. Dex, go 50 and 25. I think that'd be more than enough. So that's an inch, and that's 2 inches, in case you're wondering. This would be about an 8-inch belt. So they're not super armored or anything. Wow, it has a lot of... Maybe get some more armor on the turrets. Go at 300. And I don't know, 75 on the top. Cool. Well, I guess you're getting the nice to haves. Wow. Okay. Still have 4%. Can we push speed? Here you go. 19.5 knots. It's very, very slightly faster. And, sure. Why not? Doesn't look too terrible. And, yeah, they should do just fine. Right, I'm going to see how many I can afford to build, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Welcome back. I think I could probably build... no, not Galwas. Tonnants. I could probably build 10 of these. I have as well... fix some of the names that people were talking about. So the colony is now the colony, and the porcupine is now the pork epic, wherever it is. There we go. But the class name is in English because that's easier for me. So yes, we'll build 10 of those. Should keep the shipyards humming along, and I guess we're going to settle into the research. We should take the Middle Congo next, not Middle Congo, Portuguese Congo next turn. And we're pretty close to taking southern Algeria. In fact, let's just end the turn. Let's see what happens. Should be able to take it. This time it takes ages building new ships. The ship pack for 1.5 and for 1.7 of the mod. I'll start work on it properly once the developers kind of lock in the beta, because if they make any changes to parts, I have to delete stuff, which is a bit annoying. However, we have our first war, and it's not even the war I was expecting. It's between Japan and China. We appear to be on the side of the Japanese, as are the British. And the Spanish. Everyone else thinks it's Chinese. Oh, and Britain is at war with China. We are on the side of the British. So is anybody? Anybody else? Japan. Okay. But this is going to push things around quite a lot, I think. Samoa. Yeah, we'll take Samoa. Let's have a look, though. Our relations are still pretty medium. Although that has pushed us close to war with China, which I'd rather avoid because it's just a pain in the arse at the moment. Britain's about to go to war with Austria, though, which could make things a little bit tricky. Russia is about to go to war with Japan. Yeah, things are kicking off. I think we're going to be at war sooner rather than later. Now, this fleet needs to go home. Wait. Are they really just from Dakar? No, they're not. I didn't think they were. This is the Mediterranean fleet. They belong back here. The Atlantic fleet is still on the way home from taking Honduras. What can we send towards Samoa? It doesn't need very much. I think last time I sent a heavy cruiser from over here. Yeah, let's send the fleet from Saigon to deal with that. A little bit of expansion for the French Empire, and I'll be back when there's some more developments. Well, here's another development. Russia and Japan are now at war. France, we seem to be on the Russian side, whereas Britain is on the Japanese side. Germany is on the Russian side. The United States on the Russian side. Italians are on the Russian side. The Austro-Hungarians are on the Japanese side. Japanese are on the Spanish are on the Japanese side, and the Chinese are on the Russian side, which makes sense because they're at war. Now this is new, by the way. I posted on the forum saying, "Hey, I wish this gave me my total, not my maximum." And then someone pointed out they've actually changed this, so it now says on it what is going on. The only thing with this is this plus shows you the amount per ship. So here, where the Netherlands have ordered 2 ships, it would actually be plus 20, which would push me to 136, so I can fit it. So yes, we will agree to that. And yeah, so that is super cool. I think that's a really, really good change. We are actually getting an armoured cruiser 4 in the not too distant future, which means even more armoured cruisers, which is lovely. Engine research is progressing. This should be the Mark III 12-inch, but it might be the Mark I 14. And yeah, we're just trying to get... I want all the Mark III guns up to 12-inch, and then we'll hold off on the gun research techs and focus on some of the other ones. Because I'll need Krupp as well, which we're a fair ways off because we haven't even got Harvey armour yet. We're still a year away from getting Harvey. Anyway, those Tonnants are going to take a year. So even though I'll have unlocked the hull, I won't start building a new class until after they're finished. Yeah, I'm going to go back to keeping an eye on what's going on in the world. We're still not being pushed super close to war, which is good for now. And this fleet is still arriving, so yeah, I'll be back when there's more things to talk about. Alright, we have taken southern Algeria, and the Germans have taken Chad. So the scramble for Africa is still ongoing. The conquest over here looks like it should go off next turn. We're just about to go into 1902. And we're still looking pretty decent relations-wise. Not being dragged into anything yet. Yes, research. Are we getting the Mark 12? Yeah, Mark 12. The Mark 3 12-inch. So I'm going to take the priority off big guns. Because we're not looking at starting a new battleship right away. We're probably going to go into another set of cruisers, then go for the experimental Dreadnought. Small guns, though, I do want to keep going because we're only up to the Mark III 4-inch, and I really do want the 5 and 6-inch Mark IIIs as well. And I think the other priority is going to go back to gun layout. Alright, well, back to watching and waiting. Well, with Western Samoa taken, Eastern Samoa now is the target of our conquest. I didn't even realise that was two separate provinces, but sure. The fleet that's right there should be enough to deal with that. We might also eventually get ones against Vanuatu, Tonga, and possibly Easter Island, although that's Chilean, not just a kind of independent minor. So yeah, just carry on. I haven't noticed much in the way of actual battles going on over here, but the British are trying to push up the Burma Road and into southern China, which I don't think they're going to have a lot of success with, but they can try it. Army logic is not great for anybody, actually, apart from the Germans. Oh, and us, actually. Geez, we're on 100%. Why are the British so low? I mean, they do have a very big empire, I suppose. Need a bigger fleet, I guess. Anyway, yes, I will keep an eye on these conflicts and let you know if anything cool happens. There we are. Eastern Samoa has been captured. So, I'm going to send the fleet back to Saigon. And, well, I guess that's it for now. I have unlocked the Armoured Cruiser 4, but the shipyards are still busy building the Tonnants. So, we'll wait 5 months, and then we'll get to work on those. We do have can't talk today. We do have steam turbines on the go, which is fantastic. 17 months, 28 months. This I still need to keep going. 4 months for the Harvey, and then we should be able to get the Krupp. It should all come together around about the right sort of time to have all the ticks that we need and want. That's the plan. Anyway, oh, and I've got a positive monthly balance. That's good. Can start increasing the tick funding just a teeny bit. And yeah, I haven't been able to max out my sliders whilst having a big fleet and also building stuff and expanding the shipyards. Like, I can't do it all at once, which is hopefully an indicator that the economy changes I put in the newer version of the mod are working. But yeah, I'm going to have to play probably a couple of campaigns and continually tweak stuff before I feel like I've even got a handle on whether the changes have done anything or not. Right. Yeah, well, I guess back to making more ships. Well, it's now August of 1902, and Mozambique is kicking off. 3,000 tons. This will give us a foothold in East Africa, which is pretty interesting. I'm just going to send the Mediterranean fleet. I know that's probably excessive, but I would very much like to grab that. It's a big province, and it gives us a potential to expand this way, and it annoys the British, so it must have thrown off the because these are originally Portuguese, from what I remember. Anyway, we'll get on that. Wars. Britain and China have been fighting. Looking at the naval prestige, I'm guessing China is coming off worse. Yeah, I think they are. They haven't instantly imploded or anything, but it's not looking great for them. They've been losing transports all over the place, and their economy is seriously suffering. Probably because... Actually, no, it's about 100 years after the nonsense with opium, I think. But yeah, the European powers are still being pretty like, oh, well, fine, we'll cut off your opium. It's like, oh dear. Right. Sure. Yeah, China's army logistics has dropped to 8%. Britain's isn't great, but it's still double that of China's, so they might have some success on the ground, but they're like very difficult because these are very big provinces with very big populations. Research is coming along nicely. We just got Harvey armor. We're nearly finished building the Tonnants, so next turn I'll be back on the shipyard to do the Armoured Cruiser 4. Here we are. The Tonnerre. Yeah, 12,000. By the way, people say, why aren't you just making like... Well, the Porcupines, Tonnants, and the Tonnerres are all going to be very similar, with very minor differences between them. Again, yeah, I think we could maybe go as fast as the hull will practically allow. Has very different towers, some of which are actually pretty bad. This hull feels actually worse, which is quite funny to me. It's only letting me fit 4. Well. Okay, we can just have them evenly spaced. I guess the same 230mm, aka 9-inch, with the same 80mm secondary. Singles everywhere. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right. And this should mean that we have, you know, very slight differences for no reason between basically the same ship. This one only has 20 of the... yeah. Multiple expansion 2 engines. Ooh, electric steering, that's new. So is Harvey. Armour. And the Barbette 3. Still 2. Yeah, we're starting to get some decent stuff now. Again, this is significantly underweight. Harvey armor is a pretty big jump too. How much armor will you let me put on, game? Yeah. Call it 210. And yeah, I think 50mm of 4.5 belt. And on the superstructure, 50 on the main deck, 25 on the extended decks, 3, 30, 75, oh, sure, 290, 300 then. Actually, 305 is fine. Inner belt. 25, sure, why not? And screw it, let's have a 25 in a deck. This is carrying more armor and better armor. And again, I think we can just max this all out, and we still have 6%. I mean, we could go up a gun size. What else have we been using? Could we use the Indomitable's 260s? I think we can, you know. Yeah, let's go with 260s. Don't be annoying. Put a shed load of armor on it. On the turrets, I mean. And yeah, that is... definitely different. We still have displacement left. I'm amazed. It feels like I've forgotten something. I'm sure I'm sure I'll get told what I've forgotten at some point. Actually, do you know what? We should make the 4.5 belts and the superstructure thicker. Push it up to 3 inch. It should be able to block HE from our own guns now. The rest, I think, is fine. We'll leave 2% spare just for refits and the like. Alright, let's see how many of these we can build. I decided in the end to build 8. Should be plenty. And yeah, Continuing to make the French fleet absolutely huge compared to everybody else. Strategy of just constantly building ships seems to be working, as far as I'm concerned. We are the #2 economy in the world, so we might as well. We'll keep an eye on China, though. Next thing's coming up. No, that doesn't unlock anything. I don't think this does either. Nope. We've got the experimental Dreadnought in 3 months. We'll have the gun tech in 10. We'll have the layout in a year. And in 18 months, we'll have the steam turbines. So when I get the experimental Dreadnought hull, I'm just going to have a quick look at it, because we could do a kind of semi-Dreadnought. A bit like the, where are they? The Lions. And then do the full Dreadnought when we have all the techs. I'll see how it lines up with the tonneurs being finished, because they're going to be 14 months. Anyway, yes, I'm going to keep an eye on China, and be back to you with any news. All right, we've taken Mozambique, which gives us a foothold in Eastern Africa, which is very nice. I'm going to send the fleet home. We've got another 8 turns to wait until the tonneurs are finished construction. Then we can start work on our experimental Dreadnought, and then we can start work on our real Dreadnought. Because why not? Got to keep those shipyards busy. Busy. In terms of the war, China is still very negative. But Japan, I think... there was a point where they dropped a lot of ships. I think they were damaged, and they've gone into repairs. But they are at war with Russia and China, and they are down on their fleet numbers compared to both of them. So we're going to have to see. We're okay. China and Germany are kind of negative for us, but it's not super bad until you look at who Germany is most likely to go to war with. And it's probably going to be us. So yeah, prepare for war. Although the United States, what are you doing? Okay, this could all get very ugly very quickly. But for now, for France, everything is just bon. Très bon. Well, one thing has happened. The Russians have had a revolution. Now, I have made revolutions a lot worse, so their naval funds should be pretty... Wow, they must have been sitting on a lot of money. I'm really surprised to see they have that much sitting there, but yeah, revolution for the Russians, which isn't great for them. At least I don't think so. And yeah, we're gonna keep an eye, but yeah, the Soviets maybe not very friendly to us. Did they lose Kazakhstan? Yeah, they must have done. Must have been lots of rebellions going on and things. Anyway, yeah, we've still got 7 months to wait before there's more shipbuilding. All right, the tonneurs are now commissioning up, and that is excellent because we can start work on something new. next month when I'll have turbines. So I'm going to wait actually maybe 2 months. So I have the option of the Mark III 6-inch as well. But we're very close. We also are getting improved casement gun barrels. I don't think that's going to be super important, but it will be sort of useful. Krupp is going to take a while, but we can get to work on that. So I'm going to wait 2 more turns and then come back. In terms of things, Soviet Union struggling a little bit with the changes to their economy. Britain's growth has slowed right down because of the war they're in, and we might be able to overtake them, which would be pretty significant. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think there's a huge amount going on. Again, France is we're just gonna chilling, just doing our thing. All right, we've got all the research that I would want. So let's head into the new... Well, not all that I would want, but let's head into the research. So we've got the Dreadnought 1 and the Experimental Dreadnought. We're going to start with the Experimental Dreadnought, which is our experimental again, I just can't talk today. Our experimental battleship, but bigger. Might as well make these, yeah, 20. Let's go 24,000 tons. Try and make them do 20 knots. How fast did do the Leons go? Only 18. So we'll be making them go a little bit faster, hopefully. Tower choice. Okay, these are rubbish. 11 base accuracy, though. That is quite attractive. Secondary towers, 7.5. 6. I might go for the one with 6 base accuracy. Yeah, it's fairly minimalistic as well. Funnels? Yeah, we can mount a couple of funnels on the main tower. And, most importantly, we can fit induced turbines. Meaning that is all we need in terms of funnel power. Yes, very good. Right, main guns. We don't want to use these, but we do want to use these. The 305mm gun. What did the Leon have? 320, yes. 320. Why not? So, not quite a 13-inch. Really? 50 caliber? That is a very spicy weapon. You can't fit barbettes on this. Well, you can. You can fit these ones. Really? Yeah. You can fit these ones, but they don't really... You can't fire over. But I think we might be able to use this for a secondary gun mount. Because we now have the Mark... Well, we have Mark III everything's, actually. It doesn't fire over. It kind of gets in the way. It's a little disappointing. Do we have any other ones? No, not really. Okay, we won't bother with that idea. Would be cool if you could fit it, but doesn't seem to want to work. We can also have a lot of guns on the back and potentially there you go. Just 5 centerline turrets. No super firing. We haven't figured that out on this hull anyway. We have actually figured it out. I've got the technology, but this hull is weird and doesn't let you fit them. Casements. Big ones. Six-inch, or as we're going to use, 155mm. Should give us plenty of secondary firepower. And screw it. Torpedo launchers as well. Just leaves this little lonely space in the middle here. Which can fit a couple of twin 155mm guns. Yes. 50. I don't think I can make these 50s. No, let's make them 45s. So they're technically different lengths. Just to be really awkward. And then there might be room for like tiny guns. Yes. How about some 50mm guns? Don't think we've used those before. But sure, we can stick some of those on. Why not? Okay. Obviously, we're going to use this new Harvey armor. Anti-torp 2. Yeah, going overweight might be a slight issue. Ooh, TNT. He's carrying a lot of armor by default. However, we're going to need a lot of armor. Probably 400. And then 100 to protect the rest. Dex. Let's go 75. 50. 430 does feel about right. Actually, no. Let's go 420. These... and 90. Casements 160 and 50. That does save a lot of weight actually. And the 50mm guns 50 and 25. Oh yeah, inners 25 on each. I think is going to be all we can really fit. We are overweight by a fair margin. I think the simplest thing is just to remove that gun. It's not quite as cool as I would like, but that's still a broadside of 8 guns, which is 1 more than the Leon. It does feel more like a slight upgrade to the Leon rather than a totally new ship. That's going to have to wait for the actual Dreadnought one. But yes, La Republique. Very fancy. Very fancy indeed. And yes, France are getting close to Dreadnought technology. Not quite. Let's see how many of these bad boys we can build. Or bad girls, I guess. Sadly, I don't have quite enough to build 6. So we're just going to build 3. Just as we have for all the other battleship classes. And we will distribute them accordingly. And they're going to take a while, 19 months. But yes, I think they'll do. I think they'll do just fine. And yes, once we have a little bit more wiggle room, we can perhaps start on the Dreadnoughts themselves. Yes. Because it would be lovely to have Krupp with them. Oh, we are getting a light cruiser design next month, though. So, screw it. We'll see what happens. Let's have a look at that hull. Here we are with the light cruiser 4. I think we'll be able to make something out of this. An 8,000-ton ship. The Cosmo, sure. Cool. Well, yeah, might as well get the good tower. Wow, those are all pretty terrible. Triple funnel. How fast can these things go? 21! Speed freaks. Especially with... It's a turbine. Lovely stuff. Now, main guns. Whoa. What about the 155? Has been very successful for us so far. People always complain about me not putting wing turrets on. There you go. Wing turrets. I do use them sometimes. Screw it. Why not? Everything. Kitchen sink approach. Harvey armor. Yes, please. All the good stuff. Yes, 155mm, the good old 80, and oops, some 50mm guns. Sure, why not? 40s, 30s, 50s. Why not? Armor. Oh, I can't quite get to 190mm of main belt. That is not very much. Just about enough if you're about 7,000 meters out, but otherwise not enough. Can I just put 90 uniform belt on? Yep. Deck armor, I don't know, say 50. Actually, no, that's let's go 50 and 25. 90 on the superstructure. 190 on the tower. Just max out the belt. Inner deck and belt. Guns, as much armor as possible. So 190. Oh, 100, that's silly. Just 50. And 90, sure. 50mm guns. These are the casements, right? 90 and 75 and 25. And we still have all the displacement in the world for things. Oh, I can't get spacious as well. But we can have a max range, max bulkheads. Nasty little bugger that's going to be. It's not fast, but yeah, that'll do nicely, I think. How many can we build? I decided on building 8. This pretty much maxes out our shipbuilding capacity for now. Again, no sign of wars for us, at any rate. Looks like the Soviets are about to blunder into a war with the British, who are basically picking a fight with everyone except us, Japan, and Spain. China economy is still going down the toilet. Not looking great for them. Japan is starting to suffer, but not as badly. And yeah, Britain's economy is still growing, but growth definitely curtailed by the war, and we are very close to overtaking them. Very close, and becoming the world's strongest economy. Yes, good, good. And with that, excellent news for all fans of the glorious French Navy and the Marine Nationale. I think I'm going to end the episode here. And soon we'll have Krupp armor, and we can get started on an even bigger and better Dreadnought that will truly change the face of naval warfare. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.